location of a body and direction of the body. So both is located in the axis. So axis of rotation is clear in the rigid body which has location and direction. I write it here, location and direction. Now I like to discuss with you. This is a body, suppose, and it rotates from the center. So for the center, this will be the axis of rotation. So this body rotates from the center like this. And where is axis? Axis is here. And this is the center of this body. It is also called usually center of mass in the future, which I discussed today. So this body, suppose, like to rotate from the width. So width is here. This is the length. This is the width. So axis come here. Axis come here on the finger, and body rotates like this. Body rotates from the width. And similarly, we like to know what is the diagonal of rotation and what will be the straight line or axis of rotation. So this is the diagonal axis of this body, and body will rotate like this. Body will rotate like this. This is the finger, this is the finger. In both finger, the axis is passing in the diagonal. So one student should remember what is the real axis of rotation of the body. I tell you, rotation by the length, rotation by the center, rotation by the width, rotation by the diagonals. So I am discussing how you can find easily the axis of rotation of the body. In the rotational motion, this axis of rotation is very important. So similarly, I like to discuss about the axis of rotation again. So point is here, natural axis. Natural axis of rotation. What is natural axis? To discuss it, I like to discuss with you by two bodies, circular bodies. This is thali, this is the plate, suppose. So I like to rotate this body and I apply the force, and body rotate like this. I apply the force and body rotate like this. I apply the force, so body rotate like this. So several rotation you can find in this body. I applying force like this and body is rotating. I apply force, but I apply force and remove the force also. I applied force and body is rotating like this. So suppose this body in one time rotate like this, in this direction, and second time when I apply the force by the hand, suppose body rotates like this in this axis, and after that body rotates like this, body rotates like this, but all the axis is passing from the same point, and that same point is what? It is the center of mass of rotation. So that is called what? Natural axis. You applied force, body rotates, and when you remove the force applying on this body, also body rotates. So that axis is called what? That axis is called natural axis. Here I draw one natural axis, second, third, fourth. All these are passing from common point, and that is the center of mass of the rotation. This is the axis around you, and from that point it is the center of mass. So suppose there is x-axis, there is y-axis, and there is what? Z-axis. Suppose Z-axis. Z-axis is going along you. So there is, suppose x-axis, there is y-axis, and in those axes it is a right angle, and third axis which goes towards you, this finger, last finger, third finger. So this is what? Z-axis, and all the axis is passing from the center of mass. So that is what? Natural axis. So I like to write about the natural axis. When applied force becomes 0, but body rotates around an axis, is natural axis. There are many natural axis. When body rotates, all the axis pass through common point, which is center of mass. Which is called what? Center of mass. So this is, about the natural axis. Sri Krishna Bhagwan has body like this and this is rotating. So this rotation is here on the y-axis. This body rotate on the y-axis. It is x-axis, it is y-axis, and this is what z-axis, which is lying towards u. So if it is rotating like this, this is what Sudarshan Chakra of Krishna Bhagwan, Vishnu Bhagwan. So it is kept here what in this anguli. So this finger acting like what y-axis, and this is the definition of natural axis. You know about the natural axis. There is a principal natural axis. Principal natural axis. So what is there? You know, there is x-axis, y-axis, and there is z-axis. Suppose z. So all these axes are passing through center. We make this axis x, y, z, and this is x axis, this is y axis, this is z axis. So all axes are at the right angle, and for simplicity we made the principal natural axis in the Cartesian system. But all the axes passing through what? Center of mass. So in Cartesian system, there are x, y, z axis. Passing through center of mass. So this is also called what? Principal natural axis. So if this is a circular body, so this circular body rotate like this axis. So you can imagine this is the diameter of the body. When body is like this, circular body, in which it is diameter, and body is rotating about the diameter. So this is what? Rotational motion in the diameter of the body. Sometimes this is the body and this is the axis, and this body rotate like this, rotate around the axis. So this body lie in the perpendicular direction. So this is axis and perpendicular direction. So it is what? Perpendicular rotation around the body. So I today discuss that every student know the why and how there is location of the body, direction of the body. It is very applicable, very liable in the rotational motion of the body. Now I discuss In short, introduction of center of mass. Before going to center of mass, I like to discuss anti-clockwise and clockwise rotation. That is called sense of rotation. If a body is rotating clockwise, and if a body is rotating anti-clockwise, so clockwise rotation is what? Negative, and anti-clockwise rotation is what? Positive. So this is called what? Sense of rotation. This is also very applicable in this rotational motion. कैसा लगा, कैसा थिंक किया, कैसा ऑब्जर्व किया, लिखा, अपने आप में सोचना है और मुझे भी यूट्यूब पर लाइक डिसलाइक करके भेजना है. सेंटर ऑफ मास. आपसे भी इंट्रोडक्शन मिलते रहेंगे, आपकी भी जानकारी हम पूरी जानेंगे. आज सेंटर ऑफ मास का इंट्रोडक्शन है. इसमें कंसीडर करो एक बॉडी. दिस इज ए बॉडी एंड दिस हैज m1, m2, m3, m4 and m5. 5 masses are here. Similarly, I bear this body in my hand, and suppose there 5 bodies here is present. Like body 1, m1, m2, m3, m4, m5. So what is acting on this body? In down direction, mg force of gravitation is acting. So I bear body like this, and what point mass is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to move this body like this. So body is moving. In which direction I like to move? I moving body, and the body is moving in my direction. That I drive, I react. So force mg is acting, but 5 fingers, 5 masses are controlling this mg gravitational force, and I try to move the body upper direction or left direction. So body is trying to move. Now all 5 fingers I am trying to deviate the body and capture the body like this. 5 fingers are acting on same point. So body is also acting against the force of gravitation, and I like to move again in the same direction by 5 fingers, again acting on same point, and I moving the body in the same direction, and mg also acting on this body, but the body is capable to move the upper direction. So what is this? At the center of the body, what is present? Total mass is present, and this total mass on one center is what? Center of mass. So center of mass is the total mass 1 to 5, and this center of mass also represent as total mass into G. So center of mass is total mass at central point, and total mg, that is the total gravitational force acting on same body, is also what? Center of mass. So we can discuss what is the center of mass of a body. Now center of mass of a rigid body is concentrating total mass and total gravitational force acting on the body. So center of mass is mg is equal to total mass 1 to 5. So I have given you the first thinking of the center of mass, and in the next class I will discuss again the total behavior of the center of mass. If it is a circle, ring of in my finger, ring of this finger, then center of mass is acting on outside the body. This is ye bro. So also center of mass is acting outside the bro. So center of mass act within the body and outside the body. Center of mass act within the body and outside the body. This is the last point. In the stage of starting of introduction. Thank you very much. I meet in the next class.